The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Story in the Alameinu. That's right, I read it as a kid. I think we say it every couple of years on Chanukah, and we haven't said it in a while. That there's a man in Vienna, and it's a cold night, and he has a very prestigious job, Murdik. He's a teacher, and he comes home one night, it's freezing outside. And even if there was steam then in Vienna. And he takes out the Chanukah lights, and his little daughter, his 3-year-old daughter, starts screaming and crying because she wanted pink candles, and her father brought home blue candles, and she wanted pink candles. And he says Chanukah's once a year, and he puts on his jacket, he's going out to get the pink candles. His wife said, don't go out for pink candles. Come on, she's crying. It's once a year. And he goes out, and he's freezing, and he finds the shamus of the shul, and he makes the shamus, says, there's no way I'm going back to the shul to get you pink candles. This is not okay, I'm home already. And he took out a couple of, what's the currency in Vienna? I don't know, marks? And whatever it is. Euro. To that euro, yeah. It wasn't a euro, the way. He took out the equivalent of a euro, and suddenly the pirates, the shamas have found a way to go back to shul. And he comes back with it, and make a long story short, the war starts, and they're running away, and the mother is killed, and he's running with his daughter, and he's hiding in farms, and he comes to a farm, and they're trying to hide over there, and the guy comes out with a shotgun, and says, get off. And he says, wait, I know who you were, we worked together in the same school, they were both teachers, before he was thrown out. And he says to him, okay, so you know what, I'll keep the little girl here, because she has blonde hair and blue eyes. You get away. You get off. The Germans catch me, they'll kill you. He didn't want to leave his daughter alone. She was crying, don't leave me alone. He said, I'm taking her with me. You're crazy. She's going to die if you take her with you. And he started shooting a shotgun, and he forced her away, and he had to go running, and the separation was horrific. And Lamaisa, at the end, he somehow survived the war. And he survived the war, and it was many, many years later, and he went back to look for his daughter. And he didn't know where he dropped her off. When he finally found that farmhouse, he banged on the door, and there was, a girl comes to answer the door. And she has long braids, and she doesn't look like a Jewish girl. Well, she does look like a Jewish girl, and he realizes this is his daughter. She's already a teenager. And he goes, I'm your father. She goes, what? She runs back to her mother and says, there's a crazy man over here that says I'm your father. And mother chapped right away what's doing. And she called for her husband. The husband came out and realized he may now lose this girl that they were raising. And he takes a shotgun and says, get away, get away. And he's dragging him out of the door. And she's like cowering behind her mother. Who's this man that wanted to come and kidnap her? And he's saying, I'm going to lose my daughter forever. Give me something to say. And finally, it comes out and he says, the pink candles, remember the pink candles. She freezes. And everything, her whole memory hits her. She charges toward him, father, father, father. And they knew that they won't be able to stop her. He said that, Lamaisa, that little Mesiras Nefesh, that's what saved her. That's the Pachim Ketanim, that Yaakov was Mesiras Nefesh himself for. Little things that we do, that we never know is going to leave a thing with children.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org